and the House of David, a name that echoes through the annals of history, a dynasty that stood as a beacon of divine favor and earthly power, a name synonymous with power, with destiny, with God's favor. The House of David was not just a royal lineage, it was a symbol of a covenant, a promise of greatness and divine protection. Yet even within these hallowed halls, darkness lurked. The corridors of power were not immune to the shadows of human frailty and sin. King David, the man after God's own heart, ruled a kingdom. His reign was marked by military conquests, political alliances, and a deep personal relationship with God. He also led a family that was as complex and multifaceted as the kingdom he governed. A family rife with hidden tensions, simmering jealousies, and unspoken desires. Beneath the surface of royal decorum, there were undercurrents of conflict and strife. This is where our story unfolds, a tragedy of Shakespearean proportions set against the backdrop of ancient Israel. A tale of love, betrayal, and the devastating consequences of unchecked passions. At the heart of this drama were Amnon, Tamar, and Absalom, three siblings whose lives would become inextricably linked in a tragic narrative. Amnon, David's eldest son, a prince accustomed to privilege and power. He was the heir apparent, the one who would inherit the throne and the responsibilities that came with it. Tamar, his half-sister, known for her beauty and gentle spirit. She was a symbol of innocence and grace, beloved by all who knew her. And Absalom, Tamar's full brother, fiercely protective of his sister. Absalom was known for his striking appearance and charismatic presence, a young man destined for greatness. These three, bound by blood, would soon be entangled in a web of deceit, desire, and devastating consequences. Their relationships, once a source of strength, would become the catalyst for their downfall. The seeds of this tragedy were sown in the fertile ground of unchecked lust, a desire that, once ignited, would spread like wildfire, consuming everything in its path. Amnon, consumed by an illicit desire for his half-sister Tamar, found himself wasting away. His obsession grew with each passing day, a dark cloud that overshadowed his every thought. His heart ached, his body trembled, his mind obsessed. He was a prince, yet he was a prisoner of his own desires, unable to escape the torment that plagued him. This was no brotherly affection. It was a dangerous infatuation, a fire that threatened to consume them all. Amnon's desire for Tamar was a forbidden flame, one that could only lead to destruction. The House of David, once a symbol of unity and strength, now teetered on the precipice of destruction. The cracks in the foundation of this great dynasty were beginning to show. A storm was brewing, fueled by the fires of forbidden love and the winds of impending revenge. The stage was set for a confrontation that would shake the very foundations of the kingdom. The stage was set for a tragedy that would leave an indelible mark on the family and the kingdom. A tale of love turned to hatred, of loyalty turned to betrayal, and of a family divided by the very passions that once united them. Absalom, upon discovering the depths of Amnon's betrayal, was consumed by a desire for vengeance. His love for Tamar turned into a burning rage, a need to right the wrongs done to his sister. King David, caught in the middle of this familial strife, found himself powerless to stop the unfolding tragedy. His heart was torn between his love for his children and his duty as a king. The confrontation between Amnon and Absalom was inevitable. It was a clash of wills, a battle between two brothers whose love for Tamar had taken them down very different paths. The aftermath of this confrontation would leave the House of David forever changed. The once unbreakable bonds of family were now shattered, the pieces scattered to the winds. The legacy of King David, a legacy of strength and unity, was now marred by the scars of betrayal and loss. The story of Amnon, Tamar, and Absalom serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of human relationships and the devastating consequences of unchecked desires. As the sun sets over the ancient land of Israel, we are left to ponder the lessons of this tragic tale. A family divided, a kingdom in turmoil, and the enduring impact of choices made in the heat of passion. The House of David, a name that once stood for greatness, now serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder that even the mightiest can fall, and that the bonds of family, once broken, can leave scars that last a lifetime.
Consumed by an illicit desire for my half-sister Tamar, I found myself wasting away. My heart ached, my body trembled, my mind obsessed. This was no brotherly affection, it was a dangerous infatuation, a fire that threatened to consume us all.
The house of David, once a symbol of unity and strength, now teetered on the precipice of destruction.
The house of David, once a symbol of unity and strength, now teetered on the precipice of destruction.
A storm was brewing, not just in the skies above, but in the hearts of those entangled in a web of deceit and passion. Fueled by the fires of forbidden love, a love that was never meant to be, yet burned with an intensity that could not be ignored. And the winds of impending revenge, swirling with the whispers of betrayal and the cries for justice, grew stronger with each passing moment. The stage was set for a tragedy that would leave an indelible mark on the family and the kingdom. The palace walls, once a symbol of strength and unity, now echoed with the sounds of fear and uncertainty.
A storm was brewing, its dark clouds a reflection of the turmoil within the hearts of those who knew the truth. Fueled by the fires of forbidden love, a love that defied the laws of both man and nature, it threatened to consume everything in its path, and the winds of impending revenge, carrying with them the scent of blood and the promise of retribution, howled through the corridors of power. The stage was set for a tragedy that would leave an indelible mark on the family and the kingdom. The once serene palace gardens now seemed to wither under the weight of the secrets they held.
A storm was brewing, its thunderous roars a prelude to the chaos that was about to unfold. Fueled by the fires of forbidden love, a love that was as dangerous as it was passionate, it ignited a chain of events that could not be undone, and the winds of impending revenge, relentless and unforgiving, swept through the land, leaving no stone unturned in their quest for justice. The stage was set for a tragedy that would leave an indelible mark on the family and the kingdom. The royal family, once revered and respected, now stood on the brink of ruin, their fate hanging in the balance.
How could this happen? Why did he do this to me? I feel so lost and broken.
Tamar, overwhelmed by grief and shame, finds herself in a state of deep despair. Her cries echo through the halls, a haunting reminder of the pain inflicted upon her.
I trusted him. I trusted my own brother. What will become of me now?
In her anguish, Tamar's world shatters, leaving her to grapple with a future forever altered by betrayal.
He will pay for what he has done. I swear it. The pain he has caused will not go unanswered. I will make sure of it. I will not rest until justice is served. Every moment of my life will be dedicated to this cause. I will pursue him relentlessly, and he will know the weight of his sins.
Absalom, seething with rage and a burning desire for retribution, vows to avenge his sister Tamar. His heart is consumed by the need for justice, and he cannot think of anything else. The betrayal and pain inflicted upon his family have ignited a fire within him that cannot be extinguished. His heart hardens, and a dark resolve takes root within him. The once gentle and loving brother is now a man driven by a singular purpose. His eyes, once filled with kindness, now reflect the storm brewing within.
This injustice cannot stand. I will see to it that Amnon faces the consequences of his actions. He will not escape the judgment that is due. I will be the instrument of justice, and I will not falter.
With a determined heart, Absalom's promise sets the stage for a reckoning that will shake the very foundations of their family. The path he chooses is fraught with danger and uncertainty, but his resolve is unshakable. The echoes of his vow will reverberate through the annals of history, a testament to the lengths one will go to for justice and retribution. Despite the turmoil within his family, King David struggles to balance his love for his children with his duty as a ruler.
Amnon, my son, your actions have brought great sorrow to our house, but as your father, I must mete out justice.
Torn between his roles, David's decisions weigh heavily on his heart, and the consequences of his choices will ripple through his family. The seeds of vengeance take root in Absalom's heart, festering with each passing day.
Tamar, my dear sister, I will not let Amnon's crime go unpunished. I swear justice will be served.
Absalom's resolve hardens, and he meticulously plans his retribution, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The aftermath of Amnon's actions leaves a deep scar on the family. Tamar's pain is a constant reminder, and the household is shrouded in sorrow. The emotional wounds fester, affecting everyone and altering the course of their lives. From this harrowing tale, we learn about the complexities of familial love, justice, and the far-reaching consequences of our actions. Through the tragedy of Amnon, Tamar, and Absalom, we see how unchecked desires and unresolved grievances can tear a family apart. Let this story serve as a solemn reminder of the importance of compassion, justice, and above all, healing.